Okay, so I made a video earlier about Elon Musk, and that video is magically erased, and they're messing with my devices at this point because they're scared bitches. But I'm going to redo it. So Elon Musk is Rothschild bloodline. So all other media in the world is Rothschild bloodline. So he has not like secured the internet, and Trump is Rothschild bloodline too. So he has not like secured freedom for the internet. In fact, he did not grant Alex Jones freedom to speak again. He banned him. Although Alex Jones' children are now Rothschild because he married into Rothschild, probably because he's blackmailed into it, and they separated him from the rest of the humans. But yeah, that's who that is. Like, if you haven't figured it out yet, NBC, ABC, CBS, YouTube, Google, Facebook, Twitter are all Rothschild. Elon Musk is Rothschild, and they're lying. There probably is no space. They're either trying to keep you from space or there is no space. But there probably is no space. It's like an enclosed system like the Matrix, and the architect is like trying to keep people within the Matrix and stuff. Because the whole timeline and the intelligence of the ability of things going on here doesn't add up to their actually being able to achieve space 100 years ago and never going back to it. Obviously, that sounds scammy itself, but Elon Musk he even made a video about how he's trying to distance himself from his father. So he's trying to distance himself from his own DNA by buying up the media like his DNA does. And so that's what's going on with Twitter right there. Is Rothschild is buying up Twitter, and if you couldn't figure that out by now, if you've been following me long enough, you already could assume that, or been following the trail of proof, which you can't anymore because they've erased it because Rothschild owns Google, so you don't know who owns anything. And you just you got to go with that. That's the storyline here. I've been trying to change it. I've been trying to ask for T-Rexes and stuff to come help me on the planet and stuff like that. And that hasn't happened. So I guess we have this Abrahamic storyline that they're pushing. They're creating this prophecy and stuff as it happens. And Elon Musk is obviously like posing as a devil, and he's making the chips, and he is the synagogue bloodline. He is the Rothschild bloodline. But don't trust the good Rothschilds either, because there's no good ones. Their brothers and their sisters are never good people, just like NBC, ABC, CBS. If they're pushing the storyline, then they're all bad people. That's all that matters. And go ahead and act nice to them if they come around you, but always remember that when it's time to pull the plug, that they gotta go. Don't get your penis too wet and excited when you are molested by one of them, like I was as a child, and things like that. I guess a lot of y'all are married into them because you got your penis wet and you felt good about it. And like Alex Jones, and now your life's over, and you got some mole inside your life. But I just play around with that because I love playing with fire. Like I'll dance in fire. I'll go to the middle of the war zone and stuff and just play around. It's fun to me. I mean, that's exciting. Life is boring. So you guys figure it out. And I'm not talking to anyone I know really, because I think they've all been like replaced by clones. So that means they've been killed off if the birds like did that signal earlier when I was talking about that to someone else. That means that within the game, maybe everyone's like a clone within the game, non-player character clone, but the birds definitely signaled when I was talking about what happens to the people I know, why are they changing, and why am I meeting on the clones, is that because they're killing off the real humans and replacing them with clones. And the birds went crazy over that, dude. I was surrounded by thousands of birds, right when I started talking about that. So I'm pretty sure they were signaling me. That's part of the storyline here. What's going on is the humans are being killed off and replaced by clones, and every time you meet one that has changed or whatever, and you meet the clones, that means they've been cloned and replaced. Which they also bragged about that in several movies, like Terminator 2. They tell you the plot line in the movies and stuff. Like they told me what was going on in the real world around me in Matrix 4. Literally happening in my life the first 30 minutes before I went into the movie. And so it was all like designed and tailored to teach me that stuff. So I just kind of like had the idea in my head. What are they doing? Like if my family, if my mother like is acting weird and stuff, does that mean like she's not demon possessed? Is she's a clone now and they killed off the original and my best friend and stuff like that? Does that mean like he's not demon possessed and he was a clone and he's killed off by the original was killed off? And the birds went ape shit over that. Like, man, I mean, wow, dude. They was like flying into branches so hard. They was breaking branches and stuff. That had to hurt and stuff. But they were still doing that and just like circling me. So I posted a part of the video of that. And then 5 minutes later, they're still doing it. So I have another video of it. I'll post that. But we need to figure out who's who and what's what. And how to differentiate, because there's no way to differentiate as far as I'm concerned and stuff. I might be able to figure out a little trick here and there. But I don't think so. I don't think it's possible, or I would know. Like, the only thing I know is these people come up and they're silent, or like seem like they're in control. Like they walk into war zones and they're like old men walking into war zones and they just sit down and be silent, or they come out of the canyon in the middle of nowhere when I'm about to wreck and I magically wake up and they don't say anything. They just make sure that I see them, things like that. Like, I begin to wonder, like, if those aren't the real people in control. And also, they would mirror image the people in cars who would, like, there's like 7 cars and they like traveled in front of me all the way up the West Coast and stuff. There's like a 200-mile stretch, and then they would like travel in front of me again and stuff like that without like, you know, slowing down to get behind me again. And then they showed me in the car that the driver was changing, like, his image. They showed me in the car the driver was one of these old men, but then I ran him off the road, and then it was like kids driving the car. But they even had a fake license plate. When I asked how many there are, they had a fake license plate that said there's 7 of us. So it was all tied into that, and we have to like. And that was like right after I showed the video of me at the tourist trap where I was talking about this stuff, and then every single person, all 50 of them at the tourist event, magically lined up in like a ritual formation, 1 to 5, taking pictures of their group. And I showed a video of that, just how weird that was. So I think like we're kind of on to the path here, what's going on. I'm just getting tired of like them forcing, like cutting in line. Like, I don't see why I couldn't dance with those black girls that one day. I don't see why I'm not supposed to, like, if I'm not allowed to get with girls, I don't see why they try so hard to make me not be with gay people or whatever. But we'll figure it out. Maybe, hopefully not. Hopefully we don't live that long.